In today's video, we're going to talk about the star or destiny of Vladimir Putin. Yes, we're going to talk about Vladimir Putin, and we're going to discuss about his life and his patterns according to the destiny which he has. So, first of all, I need to clarify, this is not astrology. The fact that I talk about star doesn't mean it's astrology. This is very different from astrology. This Bible-based Christian teachings. Star is in the Bible. The Bible said that when Jesus was born, they saw a star. The Bible recognizes that people have stars. And stars are symbols of destinies. When Jesus was born, they saw a star, and they knew who he was by looking at his star. Where is he born? The King of the Jews. You have seen his star in the east. They knew he was the King of the Jews by looking at his star. Now, astrology is whereby they interpret patterns and events using the zodiac signs. But here, what I do, I don't use any zodiac signs. We use the patterns which are laid down in the Bible, in the book of Genesis chapter 1. So let's make it clear there. Now, the destiny of Vladimir Putin. Now, right now, we know that there is war between Russia and Ukraine. And the leader of a nation really affects the destiny of that nation. If a nation has a bad leader, that nation will go on the wrong path. And if a nation has a good leader, that nation will benefit because of the leader. The same as applies to a company. Listen, in the Bible tells us that Potiphar said that he knew that God was blessing him because of Joseph. It was the star of Joseph which was making Potiphar to prosper. And Potiphar knew this thing. Also, Laban knew that it was because of the star of Jacob that he was prospering. Laban was using the star of Jacob to prosper. That means somebody's destiny, somebody's star can influence your company, can influence your organization, can even influence a nation. So it's very important to note that. Now, Vladimir Putin, if you want to know the star of the destiny of a person, you need to know the day which he was born. Why? The day which somebody was born, it is the gate of time through which they came into this world. Everybody has two gates of time, the day which you are born and the day which you die. When God created the earth, he put the earth within the perimeters of time. So any person who wants to enter the earth has to pass through the gates of time. Jesus himself passed through the gates of time through his birthday. So time is everything now. The gate of time through which you come to this world is your birthday. And it's very important. This is why even the government records it. Or your national ID, your passport has the day of your birth. That's how important it is. And it's not astrology. They have to know, because life is measured by time. By knowing the day which you are born, they can determine your age. And by determining your age, there are certain things which are expected of a person when he reaches a certain age. For instance, if you reach 18 years old, you are an adult. Or if you reach the age of 60, is supposed to be retiring. How do they know that? They don't know from the day which you were born. So birthdays are very important. Birthdays are very important. There's nothing diabolical by using the birthday. Right? Because you have it in your ID. Now, if you want to know the day which Vladimir Putin was born, Vladimir Putin was born on the 7th of October, 1952. Now, you go to the internet and check the calendar of 1952, you'll find that 1952, October and the 7th was on a Tuesday. So Vladimir Putin was born on a Tuesday. Now, we know that the gate of time through which Vladimir Putin came to this world was on a Tuesday. Now, according to the Bible, Tuesday is the third day of creation. Now, what did God say during the third day of creation? That's the time God created the earth and the vegetation and the mountains and the hills and the valleys. That's when God created them, on the third day of creation. Now this is where we interpret the patterns now. Now, when God, on the third day, God spoke to the part of the water to solidify, to strengthen, and to become the earth, to become dry ground. Now, somebody who's born on a Tuesday, I've done a video of people who are born on Tuesday and their traits and the kind of life pattern they ought to take. Now, Vladimir Putin, people born on Tuesday are establishers, they are strengtheners, they are pillars, and the ones who bring stability. Now, if you want to check Vladimir Putin, I want to tell you something. Vladimir Putin is a very strong man. According to the day which he was born, he is synonymous, he has something to do with the ground. And we know that God created the ground so that they can bring about stability, because man couldn't walk on water. Plants couldn't grow on water. We needed the dry land to walk upon. Like right now, you're seated on dry ground. Your building where your house is standing is on a dry ground. So it means stability. That this man, Vladimir Putin, is a strong man. It has something to do with strength. This is why if you find him acting the way he is acting in this war, he's a very strong man. And I'd like to tell the NATO people and the people of the world, we are not dealing with a weak man. This man is not weak, as some of the media people trying to portray it. Vladimir Putin is a strong man. Vladimir Putin is stronger than Joe Biden. Yes, Vladimir Putin is a very strong, and dealing with a strong man is not easy. Jesus said that when you go into a city and you find a strong man, you need to bind the strong man first. So dealing with Vladimir Putin is not going to be easy. He is a strong man. According to his destiny, he is a strong man. That's why you find he even stayed in power for long. And I cannot say he's a bad man or a good man. That's not for me to judge, but I'll just point out his traits. Well, one of the things I've realized over the years, he has made Russia to prosper. Russia is not a third world country. Russia is not a poor nation. Russia is one of the superpowers. The reason why NATO, the Americans and the Europeans cannot fight back, because they know Russia also has ammunitions. The kind of weapons they have, Russia has them, nuclear weapons. So they cannot, they are very careful when dealing with Putin, because he's a strong man. Putin has been able to stabilize his country for a very long time. I hear that the material which is used to produce fertilizers comes from Russia. Wheat comes from Russia. And you know that Tuesday is also related to agriculture, because that's when God created the dry land and the vegetation came. And also on Tuesday, because it has something to do with the land, it also has something to do with the oil and minerals, because that's when because oils and minerals are found from the ground. Now, you find also Russia has huge amounts of oil. It supplies oil to other nations. And right now we find we're having oil crisis across the globe. There are shortage of foodstuffs. Prices are going high. Why? Because of this war. They are fighting a strong man. It's not easy to deal with a strong man. This is not a weak man. This is not Saddam Hussein. This is not a man we can just come and just put sanctions and think we can just get rid of him. It will be difficult to deal with Putin. Why? Because his destiny is a strong man. Anybody who's born on a Tuesday is very strong. He's a very strong personality. He's a strengthener. He's an establisher. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. So dealing with Putin is going to be easy. That man is a strong man. One of the traits which is standing out from his destiny, from his star, is strength and stability. He's a very strong man. And I pray that they'll find a way to settle this issue with Ukraine. But I believe dialogue would have been the best way. Dialogue would have been the best way. But encouraging troops, sending weapons to Ukraine to encourage them to fight with Russia, is going to escalate the war, and many people are going to die. And that's not what we want, and that's not the will of God for people to die. So guys, you are dealing with a strong man. Anytime you're dealing with a strong man, be careful. It's very sensitive when you're dealing with a strong man, because a lot of lives can be at stake. Removing a strong man from his place of power, it may cost a lot. A lot of people might lose their lives, because it's not easy to bring down a strong man. It's not easy. There will be casualties. So it's very important we know that this man, Vladimir Putin, is a strong man. So the world needs to watch out how they are dealing with him. And because he has something to do with the land, any warfare which happens on the land, you cannot defeat Vladimir Putin on the land, because his destiny has something to do with the ground. Maybe when the fight may be using the air force, but when it comes to the ground, it will be difficult to defeat Vladimir Putin. Because why? His destiny is tied to the ground, because that's when God created the ground. So anything to do with the ground, Vladimir Putin will beat you hands down. I'm telling you the truth. I know there are so many news who say that they have taken the tankers from Russia. You know, the Ukrainians have taken, have seized some of the tankers from Russia. Let me tell you something. Russia has got so many old, tankers and war equipment. So when the invasion started, Putin released those old equipment, the ones which are seizing. Those are older. Russia has got new equipment which they have not even started to use. They have not even used those equipment. So that's why you find they are not bothered with the tankers which which have been seized. Russia is just using a way to dump those equipment, those military equipment. So I'm telling you guys, we are dealing with a strong man here. And I think the way to deal with Putin is dialogue. Dialogue. Putin is a strong man. Putin is a very, very strong man. And to put down a strong man, it takes a lot of work and a lot of investment. And even if you succeed to bring down a strong man, there will be a lot of casualties. Now, look at what's happening in the world right now. Everybody is suffering. Gas prices have gone up. Oil prices, fuel prices have gone up. There are shortages of foodstuffs. We are depending to get the chemicals which are used to make fertilizers come from Russia. Right now, if they are putting sanctions on Russia, some of other nations are also going to face the consequences of the war. It's not easy. This war is not easy. It's going to be another pandemic like the COVID-19, because the way I'm seeing it is not ending today. And there are nations which economies are going to be affected. There are nations which economies are going to be destroyed because of this war. Why? Because you're dealing with a strong man. So guys, that's all I have to say about the star of Vladimir Putin. The emphasis is he is a strong man. It's not easy dealing with a strong man. Not easy. It's like Pharaoh, Pharaoh was very tough. It needed God himself, to do many, many miracles for him to deliver the Israelites from the Egyptian bondage. So guys, this is for you today. Thanks for watching. I'm Cleophas Wanyama Ministries. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're watching me for the first time. And drop a comment. If you want to donate, use the information at the description box or at the comment section which I've pinned. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.